What's up guys, Leo here, and I already started this video, but my 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 SD card got full and it didn't record the actual clip, so I'm restarting the video. We got the Z, of course, you guys already know. Haven't made a video in a while because I haven't had anything to do to the car, just regular maintenance stuff. I changed out a bushing or something. Yeah, I changed both bushings on the lower control arms because they were really loose and it was like messing with the alignment a whole bunch. And I need to get an alignment for the back, but I've been waiting because of this. I unboxed this in an actual clip and I explained everything, but now I have to do it again. This is the Gktech angle kit for the Z33. They just came out with it. I'm pretty sure this is still a beta or some crap. Like this is not the last release, but okay. So outer tie rod replacements, caps for those. This goes in your rack because one side is longer than the other, so you got to make the other side equal. So this goes in your rack or something like that. These bolts up to where the bump stops used to be, so this wraps around there and you bolt it up to here. I think you have to use the same bolts as OEM, so I gotta probably find those somewhere. And bolt nuts, spacers, and this is pretty much the whole kit. And it's supposed to give you, don't quote me on this, I think it's like 50 degrees or something like that. I would probably have to look it up, but I'll fix that. But yeah, so we gotta get the car up, and I already took off the sway bar because the sway bar I know hits, and with my wheels it'll probably definitely hit because they're not super aggressive. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so correction, it's 60 degrees of angle supposedly, and 30% faster steering, and like close to 0 acre-man. So it's supposed to be pretty fucking good for like a quarter of the price of no, it's like Wi-Fi is like $2,500 or something. FDF is at 900, so it's like a quarter of FDF and like 10% or 15% off Wi-Fi. So that's fucking crazy. And it gets you somewhere around the same angle, like maybe a little bit less, you know. But you keep most of the OEM stuff, and you're just adding on some other stuff to make it happen. So I think it's a pretty good deal, and that's why I got it. Look at the pussy. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. And now that I corrected myself, you can quote me on that because that's what the website says. So let's get started on the car. So we're under the car now, obviously. So pretty much the metal thing goes into these two bolts. So I'm gonna have to take off the wheel. Sadly, I didn't untighten it, but whatever. It goes there. This comes off. I don't think we use this anymore. Yeah. And then on the driver's side goes the other piece. I'm gonna mark the tie rods so that I have a point of reference for the alignment. Because I don't want to be driving my car sideways again. We already went through that once. So I think 2 threads won't be the biggest difference, but there you go. Mark those. Let's get out. Whee. Okay, so I'm gonna take off the wheels and then we're gonna get started unbolting crap. We got the wheel off. We're here. We're gonna take out the outer tie rod, which is this piece, which will be replaced by the kit. The kit bolts onto these 2 bolts, which I have to still find. And then if it binds or anything, then you should probably get rack offset spacer or some crap that go on the rack to offset it a little bit to the left, so that it's more straight instead of sideways. But yeah, so let's get started by taking off this one, which is a 17. Okay, so this kit came in great for me because, as you can tell, these joints are ass. They are pretty much toasted, and these are too, the ones somewhere in there. I don't know if you guys can see these. They're pretty fucked too, but I'm gonna wait to replace those because that's another headache. So yeah, we got this off. Now we're gonna take off the actual outer tie rod and we're gonna find the 2 bolts and bolt this on to see how it looks and see what else we got to do. Okay, so I just went ahead and took off the whole inner tie rod because it was easier to take out the outer tie rod. And yeah, so now we're gonna keep on going, try to find these 2 bolts and bolt up the kit. Alright guys, so we got the piece on. We have the outer tie rod on with the screw and everything, just not tightened. And I'm pretty sure that this piece is supposed to go on the passenger side like it says here, so we're gonna have to do that. So good thing I disconnected the inner tie rod. Okay, so Florida is deciding to be a bitch right now, but as you can see, I got the little, can you see it there? Okay, I got the little rack spacer for the passenger side, and I've already threaded it into the rack, threaded in to the inner tie rod right here, put on the boot, and then I'm connecting the outer tie rod to the inner tie rod now. And I marked it, so that's where I'm gonna put it to see if the alignment's somewhat decent. And then I'm gonna tighten it all up. On the other side, I already started to put this piece on, and it's kind of like it's not the same way as this one, so I think there might be something wrong with it, but we'll see about that. Alright, so I threaded it in all the way, the outer tie rod to the inner tie rod. So this is the only thing left to tie in. I feel like that was too easy, so I think someone's broken. But yeah, so we're gonna go to the other side where it might not be as easy. We'll see how that happens, and then we have to, I think, recenter the rack, and I think we have to put lock stops on the rack somewhere, something like that. I'm not sure, we'll have to look that up. But yeah, so this side's pretty much done. Okay, so I did notice that we put it on wrong. I put this side out instead of in, fixed that, put it back in. Now I'm just tightening up the tie rod again and getting ready to align it. Alright, so we got both sides on. The hardest part is this. I don't know if you guys can see it, that nut right there. It's a fucking bitch. But everything else is on. Tie rod, everything's on the right way. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put the wheels on, align it, make sure the steering wheel's straight. There we go. And yeah,